Hey everybody, my name is Clayton Delaney and I'm glad that you're here. Sit down, relax, and turn your hat backwards because it's about to get over the top. So I know the first thing you're thinking is, Clayton, you've changed. Crappy jokes aside, I thought I would give you guys an update, and the reason that I've changed is because it's a different day than I shot. I shot a second video, which is the video that you're watching now, and I left some stuff out, so we're going to redo it. Here we go. The top 5 list of things that you need to know if you're going to come visit the state of Oklahoma, or maybe you just didn't know about Oklahoma. So, number 5. We are not all rednecks. Now, I understand we do live in the South, we do talk a little differently, and we're going to get to that in just a second, but I don't drive around with a Confederate flag or, again, listen to country music. Oh, God, that'd be awful. But I think the stereotypical thing is, it's Bubba sitting in a Ford F-150 with a gun rack in the back of the truck while he's drinking a Budweiser, talking to the cop on the side of the road that he's known since 3rd grade. When they became best friends because the cop fell out of the tree and broke his ankle, and Bubba carried him, picked him miraculously, and ran him 6 miles to the hospital where they took baling wire and put his ankle back together. But in reality, we are not all rednecks. Now, I'm not saying that they're not out there. They're all over the place. It's just that not all of us are like that. And number 4! We talk differently, and if you haven't already figured out, I have an accent. It's because I'm from Oklahoma. But the accent can be a little confusing. Now, what is different about accents in Oklahoma that I've noticed is that we say our I's and our A's differently. So instead of saying light, we say light. And instead of saying things with that kind of an I sound, like if you got into a knife fight at night, I got into a knife fight at night, that kind of a thing. The other thing that is confusing is that if someone says they want some ice cream, you're going to one of 2 places. You're either going to go to the local ice cream shop, or you're going to go to a pharmacy because you need a cream for a body part. Number 3! We have guns. Kind of a reference of how many guns we do have. When I take the family to church and we all assemble as a church congregation, there are 12 to 15 guns at church every time we get together. The likelihood of me being shot by the crossfire if someone came in to do something, I think I would be shot more times than the person that came in to do something bad. Now I know the idea of gun control issue and gun safety and all that stuff, they're going to take our guns away and we're going to have to rise up and rebel and whatever. But we have what, and you've probably heard of this, we have the concealed weapons carry. You can get a license and conceal a weapon underneath your clothing, but as just kind of we're going to upstage everybody else, we have a law called the open carry license, which is exactly that. You can openly carry a gun on a holster and a jacket. You could put it where that little tissue thing comes out of a tux pocket. You could hang it off your neck as a necklace. It's just this open gun policy. And the reason behind that is that, I think it was our governor or senator, somebody decided that this would be a way to deter bank robberies. I'm not even aware of the last bank robbery that we had, but that's why we have it. Number 2! No Frady holes. Now, if you've never heard the term Frady holes, that's not some kind of weird reference, but a storm shelter. Like I said in the last video, tornadoes don't seek us out just because we have a lot of people in mobile homes and trailer homes, though it seems that way sometimes. But if you want to get chops, you want to be taken seriously as an Oklahoman, you want to get some respect, you don't go into a Frady hole. And it's illogical. I'm going to give that to you. It's the most illogical thing you'll ever hear in your life. And normally what happens is the women go into the storm shelter with the children, and the men sit outside, and they look around and they say, "Yep, that's a tornado. Yep. Man. That looks like the one that came through in '87. You remember that? When it sucked up Rhonda's Toyota pickup truck? Threw it into that water tower." "Yeah, I remember that, and that was a crazy night, man. I tell you what, me and her just got into a fight, and I told her she wasn't right, and it's basically the men sit outside and just compare tornado stories. Now, the most important thing that you're going to run into, and different states have different things, like in the state of Missouri, they say Ewins. Ewins gonna go do that? Our version of that kind of word is the word y'all, which is a very popular word, and it's the contraction of you and all, and it's used in the connotation of 2 or more people. But the interesting thing about y'all is that if I'm talking to a singular person, let's say Randall, and I say, hey Randall, are y'all going to go to the movies? If I'm talking about Randall and his wife, that's perfectly okay. But if I'm only talking to Randall, then I'm crazy. So when you come to Oklahoma and you hear us saying y'all and knife and fat and rat and all that stuff, know that you're okay. Everything's going to be all right. Just remember what you learned in this video and you'll be just fine. I'm Clayton Delaney. I'm glad that you came here. If you like the video, subscribe, like, favorite, share it with your deli person, and we will see you guys around. Peace. Dun, 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 dun.